You're watching CUSA Softball on ESPN+. While Liberty has steadily climbed in the Conference USA standings in recent weeks, the midweek has been a different story as they've suffered 3 straight losses to ACC opponents. Today they take another crack at it as they face a 10th-ranked Virginia Tech team that's playing as well as anyone in the nation. With that, we welcome you up into our booth here at Camp Ice Field alongside Jenny Semenina. I'm Matt Warner. We mentioned the ranking 10th. Virginia Tech has been incredible this season. Liberty winless against top 25 teams so far this year. So you take a look at it on paper, you say, this could be a little bit one-sided. But Liberty has risen to the occasion before. What do they need to do tonight to score the upset? Yeah,
Liberty really needs to meet the moment tonight. You know, Tech's an offensive machine here. Yeah. You're not going to be able to beat them in the circle. You're definitely have to meet their energy, match their energy in the box, and really meet them in the offensive categories here. I mean, the offensive categories for Tech are amazing. So we really want to see Liberty be able to meet that.
Let's meet some of the offensive stars here tonight, our impact players presented by Foster Fuels, beginning with Jordan Lynch.
Yeah, Jordan Lynch, a sophomore stud for this Hokies team, an offensive powerhouse, 444 on the season, 12 home runs, 40 RBIs. Flames will really need to tiptoe around her in the box today.
And for the Flames, the youngster, Danny Lee.
Yeah, redshirt freshman. She's just been on a tear the second half of the season. Speaking of meeting the moment, she's earned her way in the lineup with her at-bats, particularly that at-bat at UVA, and she just locked in at the plate. Right now, just comes through for the Flames when they need it.
Great crowd, great weather, should be a fun one. We'll step aside for a moment. When we come back, the starting lineups and the first pitch. It's Liberty and Virginia Tech next. Feels like midsummer here tonight. Perfect weather for a little softball. Liberty Virginia Tech about set to get underway. Taking a look at the starter for Liberty tonight. It's Gabby Mike getting the ball. The sophomore has had an up and down campaign so far this season.
Yeah, Gabby Mike, she throws in the mid-60s. She's been up and down the zone. You know, she's had some interesting outings. She's had some really great moments. We'll be interested to see how she is. If she can get that changeup working tonight, I think it'll be very effective.
Yeah, has been pitching in relief here lately. Her last start came in early April. Tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. There's a look at that Virginia Tech lineup. They are one of the more dangerous lineups in the country. Tied for the best batting average in the ACC. Also third in the country in doubles. You mentioned it. This is a dangerous group. If you let them get rolling, it could be a long night.
Yeah, Tech's definitely known for their offensive, capabilities. 8 of their 9 batters in their lineup hitting over 300. And if you're a college softball athlete, you know how hard it is to hit in the 300s, and you have 8 of your batters doing that.
It'll be Addison Foster to lead things off. Mike misses with her first offering. Mentioned Gabby Mike, her last start came April 2nd. That was at Missouri State. 6 innings, no earned runs, 7 strikeouts in that contest. One of her best outings of the season. And she pitched twice this last weekend against Western Kentucky. Both appearances in relief, but pitched well in those stints also.
Yeah, if you're Coach Richardson here, you kind of understand that, you know, you're pitching more with a pitching staff than necessarily just one pitcher.
That ball stung past the diving Watley and into center field, making the turn, hustling into second base with the double is Foster. So a fast start here for one of the better offenses in the country.
Well, Foster just heads up base running here, able to just get a nice solid poke up the middle of the field and then take advantage, getting on second base, putting herself in scoring position.
That's one of those, if you're not thinking double right out of the box, you probably don't get it, right? She was thinking about ending up at second base right away, hustling the entire way.
Yeah, and you can just tell just the energy already from this Tech lineup that they came to play today and they're going to take advantage of whenever they can.
So a runner in scoring position now for Jordan Lynch. That one catches the corner to even the count at 1-1. Lynch, a sophomore, hitting .444 on the year, leading this team in batting average, among other things. I think when you look at this Virginia Tech team, you know, some teams, they swing it well, power, all of that, but maybe they don't have the best eye at the plate. This Virginia Tech lineup, if you're going to walk them, they'll take the walk. They have a good understanding of the strike zone, and they don't tend to get outside of it.
Yeah, that's something we were talking with Coach Pete about before the game. You know, that's something they really focus on in Hokieville, is just making sure that if you are going to take a hack, it better be a strike.
3-1 pitch, well struck to center field. Going back is Dawn, looking up, and it's gone. Jordan Lynch to dead center field, and the Hokies waste no time striking first.
Yeah, Jordan Lynch just doing what Jordan Lynch does, just able to just plummet that ball to center field. Just doing it with ease, getting her team on the scoreboard first.
I think that even surprised Paige Doerr's first step. She took a step or two in off the bat, and then that thing got up there and just took off. The 13th home run of the season for Jordan Lynch, most on this team, and 2 batters in, we're already getting a mound visit. Well, I was gonna say here at some point in this inning, I didn't get the opportunity. It seems simple, but in a game like this for Liberty, you just have to survive the first inning. And that's something you look back this season against Duke a week ago, UNC before that, Michigan before that. Liberty wasn't able to get out of the top of the first without allowing multiple runs. And then you're in a hole you're trying to dig yourself out of the rest of the ball game. Here we are again, haven't recorded an out yet and down 2-0.
Yeah, it could definitely be discouraging. However, you know, the game of softball has turned extremely offensive now, and you got to think, even if they score 2 runs, you're going to have to score more runs too. It's going to be, and the way the softball is, the way the strike zone is now, you're definitely going to have to know that you're going to have to get the bats rolling. So if I was the Flames right now, I'd just say, you know, it's 2 runs. We got to get 2 runs anyways.
Take a look at what Virginia Tech has done with the long ball this year. This is a team that has, well, there's another one smoked down the line, just foul. Home run distance off the bat of Michelle Chatfield, just hooked it foul. Up and down the lineup, they have folks that can beat you.
Yeah, if you're Gabby Mike right here, you definitely want to make sure that you get that changeup going. You really want to throw these batters off. Anything you hang around the plate, they're able to just power it over the wall.
That one misses upstairs. Chatfield in her 3rd season with Virginia Tech. Was an all-ACC first-teamer a year ago. 1-1 pitch misses. When Gabby Mike is most effective, what's the key for her?
I think she's able to really get that drop ball working well, getting batters to swing at it.
Off speed there, and Chatfield out in front. The throw across in time, so the first out recorded as Watley handles it as shortstop.
Yeah,
taking a look at that Liberty defense. Watley back out there at short. Lee, Dorr, McManus around the outfield, and Savannah Jesse behind the plate, as she often is for this Liberty squad. So one away for Nora Abramovich, left fielder, cleanup hitter. Has a hitter's count here, 2-0. This is a sophomore. She had just one start all of last season. Just 16 at bats, but she has really taken off in this her second campaign.
Yeah, it was a great pitch there by Gabby Mike. Able to throw her off, got that changeup really working well. This is kind of more of what she's going to need to be pitching here to keep these batters on their toes.
That one misses upstairs. Yeah, the long ball hurting Mike here in the first. She's allowed now 14 home runs on the season, most on this Liberty staff. So when she has gotten hurt, that's usually been how. Big swing, just getting a piece of it there was Abramovich. Pete DeMoore, head coach for Virginia Tech, telling us she has massive bat speed. And you know they like that there in Blacksburg.
Yeah, he was telling us she was one of the most improved players coming back from last year. And something interesting when you look down through the Hokie lineup is...
There's swing and a miss for the second out.
Gabby Mike doing a great job here. Just getting the ball just up in the zone, making it look enticing. Getting those Hokie batters to swing and miss. Gonna just need to see more of that today.
So after the 2-run home run, Gabby Mike has come back to retire the next two she's faced. The senior Kylie Aldridge at the plate now. Takes downstairs 2-0. And Mike is falling behind these Virginia Tech hitters. That is a dangerous place to live.
Yeah, you definitely have to be careful. You want to be able to get ahead in the count, but you don't want to leave too much meat across the plate for them to be able to take a big hack at.
3-0 now on Aldridge. Aldridge, interesting stat. Not only has she drawn 21 walks on the season, as the 3-0 pitch comes her way. Yeah, catches the corner, 3-1 to count. She's only struck out twice. Like, she is a tough hitter to put away.
You can definitely see the seniorness of her at bats, being able to really hone in on the strike zone and know what she wants to hit.
So from 3-0 to now 3-2. Aldridge 4 for 9 this past weekend as Virginia Tech won its series against Virginia. Payoff pitch on the way. And it misses outside, so a 2-out walk. Aldridge, her 22nd free pass drawn here this year.
Now batting number 15.
One Jaeger ball, please.
So she'll be on first base for the catcher, Zoe Yeager. That changeup misses downstairs. Virginia Tech, a team that's gone to 6 straight NCAA tournaments. Playing awfully well in conference play this season. You know, they dropped a series earlier. That was in mid-March. That was against Duke. Since then, reeled off 4 straight ACC series victories.
Yeah, and something to think about as we get closer to conference play is you don't want to get hot too early. And I think in the past, Virginia Tech, you know, they've had really good starts to their season, good middle of the season. But then some of that hitting kind of fell off more toward the end of conference play into regional play. And so I think getting hot at the right time, it seems like right now they're doing a good job of just staying consistent. Their lineup is they're all hitting well. And I think it's going to prove to be successful for them.
That ball is smoked up and off the wall in left field. That'll be a hard hit single for Yeager as Aldridge goes first to third on the play. Boy, she did not miss a home run by much.
Yeah, screwball in, just too close to the plate, not far enough in on her hand. She was able to capitalize, really pump that ball out there to left field.
So now runners on the corners, 2 away. Rachel Castine. Takes one just off the outside edge. Castine, a couple of hits on Sunday in that series against UVA. Snapped a 6-game hitless streak. As that one's in there. Already 2 on the board here for Virginia Tech early. That came on the Jordan Lynch 2-run shot. They're threatening to add more. That one bounced up there from Gabby Mike.
Yeah, that's the thing about this Tech lineup. There's really no breaks. You can't let off the gas at all if you're Gabby Mike. You have to keep pushing through.
Change up in there. Evens the count at 2-2. Fouling that one out of play was Castine, taking a shot the other way. Now you talk about the bats for Virginia Tech, and we'll get into a little bit more throughout this ball game, but the pitching has been outstanding for them as well. This feels like one of the more complete teams they've had here in recent years, as that one misses downstairs and the count runs full.
Yeah, their team ERA is just pretty outstanding right now, and just something to be admired if you're just looking on. It'll be fun to see kind of what they have here in ACC play.
Change up, swing and a miss. Big strikeout to the end of the inning for Gabby Mike. But Virginia Tech strikes first. The 2-run shot from Jordan Lynch has the Hokies out in front. Liberty getting set to take its first hacks of the ball game when we come back.
This is not a truck. This is what keeps your company running. This is a connection to our community. This is a trailblazer to go further than we've ever gone before. This is reliability when disaster strikes. This is who keeps us moving. This is not a truck. This is how we fuel the way forward. This is Foster Fuels.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
Not a bad night. Bring your lawn chair, sit out on the berm, take in a good game. 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the first here between Virginia Tech and Liberty. There's a look at the Hokie starter, sophomore from right down the road in Appomattox, Bree Carrico. She's had a fantastic year.
Yeah, I mean, 1.32 ERA. She's sitting in the high upper 60s. She's really able to go to that rise. She's got a good changeup and a good drop ball. Just really dynamic around the plate. Just setting herself up to look for all the success she's had this year.
It'll be Ella Fox to lead it off for Liberty. Takes a strike right in there. Fox has been in that leadoff role for most of the season for the Flames since transferring in from North Carolina. retired here in the bottom half of the first. There's a look at the Hokie defense. This has been a group that's been pretty consistent with the players that they've been able to run out there. You know, every coach around the country is looking for a consistent 9 he can throw out there on a nightly basis. Not everybody has that luxury. They do in Blacksburg, and it's been a pretty solid bunch throughout the year defensively.
Yeah, something we were talking to Coach Pete is what I recognized really early on is he really likes to develop his players, and so it definitely makes sense here that he's got a pretty set lineup, pretty set standard here for who plays, and you can tell because he's strategically developed each one of them for the position that they're in.
Bryn McManus up there now for Liberty. 2-0 count. Next one right in there for a strike. McManus, her 4th year here in Lynchburg. Had a tough series against Western Kentucky. Hitless in 9 at-bats. Liberty ended up winning 2 of 3. That was a battle really for second place. Liberty Western Kentucky knotted up in the standings coming in as McManus singles sharply to left. And Liberty with its first base runner of the ballgame.
Yeah, McManus doing a good job getting her hands through on that ball. Just finding a hole, getting herself on base, trying to get something started here for the Flames.
So she'll be aboard now for Savannah Jesse. Liberty in that series over the weekend won the first 2 ball games before dropping the finale. Those 2 games, though, the 2 wins, Liberty had a total of 3 hits in each of those 2 games and managed to still come away with the victory. The bat's not necessarily breaking out, but they found other ways to get it done. They're going to need a little bit more offense tonight, you would imagine, as that one fouled out of play.
Yeah, so far this season, they haven't consistently up and down the lineup been able to all come together at the same time. There's been some bright spots here and there, but I think once they get everyone working at the same time, they're really going to be hard to manage in Conference USA if they can get it all going together.
2-pitch, swing and a miss. Down goes Jesse for the second out.
Just an off speed here, able to get Jesse to go. This is what makes Bree so successful in the circle. Being able to have a good off speed that you can throw for a strike. It's hard to let up on.
Alexia Carrasquillo, the hitter now. Yeah, talking with Coach Pete about Bree. He just bragged about her competitiveness. Said she wants to come right at you. She's not going to nibble on the edges. She wants to go get you, and we've seen that here so far in the first. That one rolled over to third. Throw across for Lynch in time, and Liberty gets the base runner on the McManus single, but that's all they get here in the first. We head to the second. Virginia Tech out in front by 2.
We're gearing up for the second here at Camp Icefield in Lynchburg, Virginia. A nice reunion happened before today's game. Virginia Tech head coach Pete D'Amour crossing paths with Liberty's hitting coach Sammy Fagan, getting to meet her son for the first time. Sammy Fagan played for Missouri when Pete D'Amour was on their coaching staff about 10 years ago now. And Coach D'Amour told me he still remembers the first time he met Sammy. She was all business. He could see the hunger to win that she had. He loved that about her. Sammy came to Mizzou as a slapper, but in her first year there, she batted .380 without slapping a single time, which Coach D'Amour said is proof of the drive that she has. You know, Sammy also spent a few seasons as a grad assistant and player development director for Pete D'Amour. In his early days with the Hokies, he watched Sammy evolve into a high-level coach, saw that softer side come out. He added, she's like a little sister to him now. So Matt, I'm sure it was really fun to reconnect and meet Sammy Fagan's little one today.
Yeah, he told us, he's like, I really hope I get the opportunity. That was something that he brought up on his own to us. I hope I get to meet her kid here before the game. Glad that was able to work out, and always cool. You know, there's so many relationships that are made throughout this sport. And also, you look out there before a Liberty game, there's kids everywhere. Like, there's kids running around during warm-ups. It's very family-friendly out here before a ball game.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, how cool it is that, you know, Coach Richardson allows such a family-friendly environment into her coaching staff. You know, Sammy Fagan having her baby out there, and then there's a couple other kids running around that, you know, it just really shows you the Christian environment that she's kind of created, that, you know, to be able to make it more family oriented, and she's done a great job at that, and I think it shows a lot about that program.
Yeah, we draw the line though here in the booth. We don't allow kids in here, just to make that clear, right? That's kind of the way we run things up here.
It would get a little crazy, I think.
Gabby Mizell leading things off here in the second inning for Virginia Tech. 8-9 one-hitters due up as she hits that one off the netting in front of the first base dugout. Gabby, a freshman out of Raleigh. Coach D'Amour saying she is a 5-tool player. Not many compliments greater than that in the game. She pops that one back foul over the top of us.
Yeah, the only freshman in this lineup. It just shows you how good she is. Coach D'Amour saying that she's always on the hunt mentally, and something that Coach D'Amour was also talking to us about is how sometimes when freshmen come in, they're not always ready, and being able to get them ready for the field. So it just shows her capabilities to be able to come in on this team and make an impact so early.
And take a look at some of her numbers on the year. Probably has to help too, having so many veterans around you. You know, she's not relied upon to provide a lot of offensive production. She doesn't feel that kind of pressure, whereas if you came into a program that, you know, wasn't as far down the road as Virginia Tech is in terms of, you know, what they've done here in recent years, you probably feel a lot more of that weight.
Yeah, it's true. Being able to come in your first year and knowing that the other people in your lineup, even if you can't get it done, other people can, definitely takes the weight off and allows you to kind of swing free in the box.
Gabby was ranked as high as the 7th best recruit in the nation coming out of high school. That's a 3-2 pitch on the way here. Change up, had her out in front, swing and a miss. Third strikeout of the ball game for Gabby Mike.
Just a wicked pitch here by Gabby Mike. Getting that changeup working, being able to get that Hokie batter thrown off. Great piece of pitching there.
First hitter retired here in the second. Annika Rose stands in there now and takes a strike. Rose, the junior, having her best offensive season as a Hokie. Getting out of the 9-hole today, trying to turn this lineup over. And you see Gabby Mike really attacking her on the inner half with those last 2 pitches.
Yeah, Gabby Mike really doing a good job at, you know, post home run, able to really come back and work. 3 strikeouts already.
Again coming in, that one missing up. Count evens up at 2-2. A warm night tonight. Breeze blowing out to center field as well. So I feel like these are good conditions to be a hitter here in this contest. Got kind of jammed, rolled that one to first. It's going to be a race to the bag, and in time. Great play by Roberts, diving head first and tagging the bag to retire Rose.
Yeah, Brooke Roberts not scared to sacrifice her body to get the out. Able to get over to get this ball and then just slide into first to beat the tag.
That's one thing that Dot Richardson raves about with Brooke Roberts. She said she is easily our best defensive first baseman. And showed you a little bit of that there.
I just think every single time she plays, I think her full jersey is dirty. It just shows you. It shows you she's able to lay out, do whatever it takes.
Like players like that.
Yeah, the gritty, even the gritty players.
Yeah, that's something Dot has been talking about here lately. She wants to see that grit from her bunch. She wants to see how they'll handle situations kind of like this. Maybe it doesn't go your way early on. How do you respond? One of the great competitors ever in this sport. She wants to see a little bit of that fight and that grit from her bunch. 3-1 now to count to Addison Foster. She led off this ball game with a double, eventually came in to score on the Jordan Lynch 2-run home run. And she'll work a walk here. So Jordan Lynch coming up. Here's what she did just an inning ago. Center field gone, 2-run shot. And before Gabby Mike gets the chance to face her, everybody going to gather and talk about it.
Yeah, if I was Gabby Mike right here, I'd be thinking change. Try to give it, if you do put it across the plate, at least with the changeup, she's not going to be able to hit it as hard. But really want to tiptoe around her. Try to, even if you just give up a hit, it'd be better to give up a hit than a home run. Just trying to keep it close enough that maybe she'll swing at it, but not too far.
Well, on the year, Lynch leads this team in hits, batting average, doubles, triples, home runs, stolen bases as well. So.
And she's only a sophomore, too. We have, 2 more years. Just 2 more years to continue to develop, and to be at this point so early on, it's incredible.
That misses, 1-1 to count. On top of that, Pete Demore says, oh yeah, she's probably as good of a defensive third baseman as there is in the country. So not much Jordan Lynch can't do. 1-1 pitch on the way. Lines it the other way. That'll get in the alley, roll to the wall. Foster being waved around third. She'll come in to score. And Jordan Lynch continues to be a problem for this Liberty squad early.
Yeah, Jordan Lynch just doing a good job keeping back, hitting this ball so hard, able to take it to the wall. Foster, of course, scores from first base with her speed. She is just right on the ball today.
Now stands at second base. 2 outs for Michelle Chatfield. So Jordan Lynch has driven in all 3 runs so far here tonight. Home run and a double in her first 2 at bats. Now 2-0 count to Chatfield. She bounced out to shortstop her first time up.
You got this, Michelle. You got this, Michelle.
If you're a hitter against somebody like Mike, at some point do you just almost start sitting on that changeup? Do you look knowing that's her best pitch and just say, I'm just going to wait for that, and eventually you figure you're going to see it at some point in an at-bat?
I think because it depends on how well she's throwing it. If she's able to throw it for a strike, then you could sit on it. But if not, you could just sit and wait and let it go for a ball. And then when she throws, either a screwball or drop ball or something and gets it too far over the plate, then you can capitalize.
So either sit on it or eliminate it completely. Well, it's a good hitter's count here for Chatfield.
That's why pitchers with changeups that are able to throw them for a strike are so effective, because it's hard to hold your hands back on a changeup, especially if you're able to throw in the upper 60s, kind of like Gabby Mike can. If you're able to just on a dime throw a changeup for a strike, that really can throw these batters off.
So 2 on, 2 out now for Nora Abramovich. Big opportunity, very early in this game, but you feel like big moment in this contest. This one starts to get away here early. It could get away quick.
Yeah, 2 outs.
That one just off the outside edge, 1-1 the count. Abramovich, the kind of player that can help it get away here quickly. 12 home runs on the year. Team high 48 RBIs. Came in on her and came in far enough. Jammed her, pops it up on the infield. Watley takes care of it to retire the side here in the second, but not before Jordan Lynch does it again. An RBI double has the Hokies up 3-0. Three 0 Hokies here in Lynchburg. Jenny, you a bring your dog to a game or out with you kind of person?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't have a dog anymore, but when I did, everywhere you go.
Is that right?
They're a person, too, you know?
Oh, no. Okay, well, we'll agree to disagree on that one. If you're going to bring your dog, though, this is a great place to do it. You see folks out there on the berm beyond the right field wall. Perfect spot for it. And a really good crowd here taking this one in tonight.
Do you have a dog?
I do. I do not take him anywhere.
No.
Yeah. No, not happening.
You have kids. So,
I have kids.
yeah.
That's plenty. That's plenty. Danny Lee to lead things off, one of your impact players.
Yeah, Danny just been having a great second half of the season. Talked about this earlier, is that she had some great pinch at bats, and Coach Richardson really liked what she saw, the confidence in the box, so that she kind of earned her way into this lineup. And since then, she's just really been on fire for the Flames.
Chops that one foul at the plate, hits it a second time for good measure. And you look at this team, and I think that's the exciting thing if you're Dot Richardson. Say, okay, maybe we haven't, you know, if you're Liberty, you haven't played at the level you've been accustomed to the last couple of years yet, but there's still enough youth and enough room for growth with this bunch. You know, like if you could just keep getting better as the season goes along, obviously you have to win your conference tournament, but there's still a lot left for this squad.
Yeah, and not just this year, but years to come.
Yeah.
I mean, Danny Lee, freshman. Macy Strickland, also a big bat on this team, a freshman. And then you also, in your circle, most of the pitching staff is either freshmen or sophomores. So they have a lot of opportunities here to really grow and get some experience, and only take that and make them better.
Yeah, Danny Lee playing in the outfield, not where she's played very much in her softball career before this season, but with a bat like that, they just want to get that bat in the lineup any way they can, and she's transitioned to that spot as she takes a called third strike. So second strikeout of the ball game here for Bree Carrico.
Yeah, Carrico doing a good job painting that outside corner, making it look really nice.
First pitch hacking is Macy Strickland. Pretty good swing, fouls it back. Dot Richardson going with back-to-back freshmen in the lineup. Strickland a couple of hits in that Western Kentucky series over the weekend. A couple of extra base hits, a double and a triple. But down in the count here 0-2.
Yeah, Macy Strickland just been a solid force for the Flames through in the lineup and on the field. She's just a stud third baseman. She's able to get to a lot of balls that in my head I'm like, I don't know how that happened, but she is so solid defensively. And then offensively, I think that she's doing a great job this year, just coming through when the Flames need it and just kind of working through as a freshman, learning, you know, what college pitching is like and how to take advantage and how to wait for your pitch. And I think that just comes with, you know, the more at-bats you get.
That one just misses on the outside edge. And you feel like for freshmen, if you can have the mental approach that, like, it's a process, I'm going to learn every time I take the field and not let the struggles get you down and keep you down. Get a chance to keep improving. That's what she's doing. Hooks that one fair down the third base line. Big turn, but she will stay at first as Abramovich got to that one quickly.
Yeah, Macy Strickland doing a great job, just getting the barrel through, being able to put it right on the third base line. Good job getting to that ball over there by Abramovich, you know, being able to take away that double for Macy Strickland, cutting that ball off early.
So second hit in the ball game for Liberty, one aboard for Paige Dorr. Shows bunt, bunts right through it. And this is a player that, boy, you just keep waiting for that hot streak. She was so good a year ago, 346 hitter.
And she's had a lot of great moments this year. I mean, look, 20 RBIs in the season. I think, you know, with a lot of these returning players, it's not that they're having, you know, they are having really good moments and then they're having harder moments. And I think if once they all come together at once, I definitely think that hitting is contagious. And once one person starts getting out of that groove, then you can get everybody else going too. That one skied to center field. Foster takes care of that for the second out. So 2 away now for Brooke Roberts. Saw her make a great play at first base a moment ago. Had a couple of hits in Sunday's loss to Western Kentucky. One of those being a double. Tries going the other way there, fouls it off. Well, it's tough to string hits together against someone as talented as Bree Carrico. You know, you feel like you're almost going to need to run into one, drive one out of here. Stringing 3 or 4 hits together against her may be a tall order. Yeah, and so far I think the Flames have done a pretty good job. I mean, the contact that they're making is pretty solid. So I think going in the second round here of seeing her, they maybe can make some adjustments and be able to get the ball hitting a little in the gaps or in the holes. Line drive up the middle and through. A good approach there by Brooke Roberts, hitting it right back through the box, and there's 2 on with 2 away. You gotta love the Brooke Roberts celebrations at first base. It's what she's known for. Just doing a great piece of hitting here, be able to hold her hands back, punch that ball up the middle, keep the bat rolling for the Lady Flames. A chance for Liberty to answer here after giving up runs in the first and second innings. And Hokies going to come together, talk this one through as Savannah Watley, the 9-hole hitters at the plate. And if you're Bree Carrico, and it's kind of her attitude anyway, but you want to go right after Watley, don't you, with the lineup turning over? Yeah, definitely. And the last time up, Ella Fox had a really hard hit to second base, so you definitely want to avoid getting back to the top of the order. So yeah, coming at Watley here, mixing up the zones. You see what Hokies have done in the circle this season. Holding hitters under 200 hitting. Unbelievable. Right now, this is a hitter in Watley that is
struggled here of late. 1 for her last 15, just 1 hit since March 27th. Boy, she'd love to break out of that slump right here. And takes a strike.
That's the thing about this Liberty offense is, you know, they're due to all come together, string some hits together. And, you know, it's all about timing. You really want to make sure that you get on fire at the right time. If you get on fire too early and you don't make it to conference play, then you fizzle out a little too early. So it's to their advantage at least if they can get things going now and ride that coast into conference play. They can look at like Conference USA Championship.
Yeah, Liberty's been pretty good in Conference USA play here of late. It's been these midweeks where they have just not been able to put it together. And as we mentioned, a lot of times it's been falling behind early.
You know, a lot of their midweek games, they're playing tough talent.
That's the truth. Dot Richardson doesn't shy away from some of the best in the country. As that just misses.
Yeah, Brie Carrico really wanted that pitch. As what we're talking about earlier, is the strike zone's really small and contained now. You have to really work hard as a pitcher to avoid having too much damage from the hitters.
3-2 pitch on the way. Foul off will do it again. And you mentioned the teams Liberty's played. Liberty, the 10th toughest non-conference schedule in the nation this year. And that's not unusual. Dot wants to challenge her team. Always does so early. Early in the year, it is a gauntlet. And the Flames still looking for their first top 25 win.
And I think it really pays off for them because, you know, you get out of Conference USA, you get into your regional, and you get selected to play the #1 team.
Paid off last year, that's for sure. Watley goes down looking, and Liberty leaves 2 on the base paths. So they strand a couple, still scoreless through 2 as the Hokies lead this one 3-0.
Lynchburg with Hokies head coach Pete D'Amour. Coach, Jordan Lynch, a homer and a double so far today. She's one of the best in the nation doing it right now. What separated her from the pack this year?
Oh, just she has good at-bats, you know, and she swings at the pitches she wants to hit hard and takes the ones that she can't hit hard. So it's a process with her. She's just growing up.
You told us you like your players to be Hokies through and through. I mean, you take a look around at the fan showing today. How much fun is it for these in-state games to have this fan representation in the building?
Yeah, it's fun, and our fans travel really well, so I'm not surprised with the turnout today. I'm thankful for any time they come out here.
Thank you, Coach.
You got it. Thank you.
Guys.
Yeah, you know, this can be a really complicated game. It can also be a really simple game. And he said it there in talking about Jordan Lynch. The pitches you like hitting, swing hard. The pitches you don't, you take. And when you simplify it that way, it sounds very simple.
Something he was telling us that it was an aha moment for me was I was asking him what contributes to the offensive success of this team. And he says that he tells kids not to be afraid to foul.
Yeah.
He specifically says like he wants the players want to be able to put the ball in play so they don't fail, but they're not necessarily swinging at the best pitch. And so in their program, they're really training them to swing at the best pitch and swing at it hard.
Yeah, I like that as well as Kylie Aldridge stands in. As he said, you know, if you're a freshman, you don't want to strike out. You're trying to be competitive up there and put it in play. He said, no. Just swing as hard as you can every time that you swing. And he's like, we'll worry about the contact later. As that one chopped to first base, Roberts will handle it. But I would think that would be freeing as a player. So like, okay, I don't have to worry if I'm striking out. They just want me swinging as hard as I can. And he said, you know what? Then you kind of start to adjust to that speed. The contact will come. He's like, and we can tweak mechanically some things here, but he wants you to learn to play full speed all the time.
And sometimes I think as a hitter, you don't even recognize that within yourself, that you are just swinging to avoid striking out. You're not necessarily swinging at the best pitch or swinging as hard as you can. You just want to be able to put the ball in play because you're afraid to strike out. And I think being able to recognize that within yourself also is a change, like a game changer.
Zoe Yeager stands in there right now. She singled her first time up. Yeager, another player in this lineup that Pete Demore said does such a great job of not giving at bats away. Has a great approach. Doesn't get herself out very often.
I mean, yeah, she's sitting 6 and has 41 RBIs on the season.
Good pitch there from Gabby Mike on the inner half to even the count at 2-2. Hokies with 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second. Right back up the middle and through. So Yeager on for a second time, her second single of this ball game.
Yeah, 2-2 count. Yeager's able to just put this ball in play and put it in play hard. Right up the middle, getting herself on base. Getting something started here for the Hokies.
Already 5 hits for Virginia Tech. Here as we sit in the 3rd inning, we're going to get a pinch runner. That's going to be Lily Palante coming off the bench to run for Yeager. They use her a lot in this pinch running role. So Rachel Castine to play it now. And Savannah Jesse taking a look down there at first base. Thought about snapping a throw down there. Let's take a look at where this Hokies lineup ranks in the country.
Yeah, those are just some unbelievable numbers. I mean, 3rd in the nation for doubles, 4th for hits, 6 for RBIs. I mean, these are crazy numbers coming from Virginia Tech.
And you don't do that if you only have 6 really good hitters in your lineup. Like, to put up numbers like that nationally, you have to have a complete lineup. You can have those holes where pitchers know if I get to that bottom 3rd, I can get myself out of trouble.
So you got to think, like, there must be some really incredible hitting strategies that Pete Demore has established within his program to be able to create. Because, I mean, this isn't just this year that they've been an offensive powerhouse. It's years of this. So he's got some sort of secret sauce.
Foul tip into the mitt. Jesse holds on to it. And Castine is retired. A big second out in this inning for Gabby Mike.
Gabby Mike doing a great job here, working inside the zone, getting her to second guess. That's what you want from a screwball.
4 strikeouts now on the night for Mike. It's again attacking the inner half. She gets strike 1 on Gabby Mizell. Mizell struck out her first time up. Little blooper, shallow center field, and Fox will run it down from her second base position. So the Hokies get 1 base runner. That's all they get. Liberty holds them off the scoreboard for the first time tonight. We head to the bottom half of the 3rd. Virginia Tech out in front, 3-0.
I did a Good Feet commercial about 4 years ago, and I thought maybe I should check in with you. Yeah, I'm still wearing my Good Feet arch supports. They give you the freedom to move without pain. I worry about how warm or cool to dress on trail, but I don't worry about my feet anymore. I put my arch supports in and forget about it. I'm Deidre Haven, and this is still my Good Feet story.
You too can get back out there with arch supports from the Good Feet store.
And we're training some of you to be educators, some to go into business, others into government, some into the ministry of the gospel, others into the sciences, the arts, athletics. We want that when you graduate from Liberty University, that you'll be ready to go on into your vocation for life, trained to be a champion for Christ.
Being able to maintain your lifestyle in retirement is a serious challenge for many Americans. The goal is for you to spend with confidence and enjoy all the work you've put in. At Abish Financial Services, we shine a light on areas of concern while helping you make important retirement decisions so you can retire with dignity and confidence. For a limited time, we're offering our complimentary retirement plan for those with investable assets of $500,000 or more. Scan the QR code to set up your appointment today.
We're back here at Camp Ice Field, joined by Lady Flames head coach Dot Richardson. Coach, I know this Hokies team's a tough one to mount a comeback against, but I'm sure as a player, you've played in a lot of games like this. What kind of mindset is required?
Well, the mindset is keep doing what we do. Focus on the ball, see the ball in your glove, see the ball when you're pitching, hitting the spot you need, and offensively just swinging at your pitch. I mean, she's a really good pitcher, really great team that we're playing against, and I think we just got to seize the moments that we have.
Now, defensively, Brooke Roberts just seems like she's making play after play. I know you've told us about the knack she has at that position. What makes her so special at the first base spot?
Yeah, I just think she has a softball IQ that's through the roof. I think that she just is able to, such an all-around athlete. She can play anywhere. But at first, she's one of the best that we've seen. Really good at picks and stretching and getting out. So, just really proud of her and what she's doing. And she pumps the team up as well. Her base hit that she ripped was really one of those things we got to keep doing and passing the baton, right?
Well, thank you, Coach.
Thanks so much. God bless everyone watching, and go Flames, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Annie. Thanks to Dot for spending some time with us. You can never tell, maybe I shouldn't say never. You can't tell whether Dot's up 3, down 3. She just brings that same energy no matter what the scoreboard says.
And it would be fun to be one of her players, because just to have that kind of energy from a head coach is just so cool.
Fox, first pitch swinging, rolls out to second base to begin things here in the third. Liberty with 3 hits, still looking for that first run. So one away now for Bryn McManus. She has one of those hits for Liberty. McManus lays off that one off the inside corner.
Yeah, and think about what Dot just said. What she wants from her players is just to go, like you said, go back to the simple things. See the ball in the glove. See the ball hit your bat. Hit your pitch. For a game that has become so, itemized down to every little T, knowing every little aspect of the game, it really just comes down to simple things.
Two-0 pitch, good spot on the outside corner. Two, 3, 4 hitters coming up here for Liberty. This is the lineup that can do some damage for the Flames. Some veteran hitters in McManus, Jesse Carrasquillo. McManus twice this season has been named Conference USA Player of the Week. Plays off that one that bounces in there, and the count goes full.
Yeah, McManus, she just has so much potential. And once her bat gets going consistently, she is going to be hard to reckon with.
Payoff pitch, jammed her, that one. Diving grab made by Castine. Boy, looked like is going to drop right behind the second base bag, and she came flying in to make the play.
Castine with just an incredible full body layout here. Just sacrifice your body for the play. Gotta love it.
And with the kind of spin that ball had on it, if that thing lands, there's probably no chance of them getting it out. McManus is going to be on first base. So the only play she had there was catching it in the air, and that's exactly what she did.
Yeah, you never know with the second baseman. You could just let that ball drop and try to pick it up quick. But I love the energy to go for it.
That ball well struck off the bat of Jesse, but it'll hang up there for Foster in center field. And the Flames go quickly and quietly here in the third. Brie Carrico, 3 scoreless innings in the books as her Hokies lead it by 3. Beautiful night at the ballpark. Warm weather. How warm? Semi-historically warm here tonight. First pitch was 89 degrees. That ties the record for the hottest game in this stadium. In this stadium's history, actually. 2017, 2018, both of those nights, it was 89 degrees. So you'll always remember where you were on this night moving forward when the temperature once again touched 89.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to remember this moment moving forward.
A little bit of history thanks to Liberty SID Joe Carmody, who not only keeps track of all the stats and storylines, apparently the weather as well.
Yeah, he's our Liberty George Flickenberger.
That's right, yeah.
You said earlier. He's a jack of all trades.
He can do it all. There's nothing Joe can't do. We appreciate his help. It'll be the 9-1 two hitters for Virginia Tech here in the fourth, beginning with Annika Rose. Swings through that 2-0 offering. Rose hit one to Brooke Roberts at first base her first time up. There's a 3-1 count here. These two teams will meet twice this season. Actually, a week from tonight, they'll meet for a second time in Blacksburg. That ball is belted down the line and foul. Virginia Tech has narrowly missed a couple of home runs down that left field line.
Yeah, and considering Gabby Mike, she came out, she could let up a double and a home run, but since then she's been able to kind of keep these Hokies to a minimum. Other than Jordan Lynch, she's already got 4 strikeouts on the first 3 innings.
And helps herself here. Handles the comebacker for the first out in the fourth. Yeah, after the first 2 hitters, I don't know if anybody, maybe not even Gabby herself, thought she'd be still around here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, she's doing a great job. She's really, keep getting ahead in the count. Her chase balls are staying pretty enticing for these Hokie batters, and 4 strikeouts, I'd say that's pretty good for a team that definitely only swings at strikes, you know?
Yeah. So now the lineup turns over, and these Hokies hitters will get a third look at Gabby Mike. Addison Foster, who stands in right now, has reached twice. A double in the first inning, a walk in the second. She was driven in both times by the hitter that's standing on deck, Jordan Lynch. Foster, the transfer from Stetson, where she spent a couple of seasons. She was second team All ASUN a year ago. She hit .411 last year at Stetson. You transfer into the ACC, you think, well, you'll probably take a little step back. She's hitting better this season.
Yeah, I think it just shows you again, we're talking about
late break, the dive, and Dora unable to handle it in center field. And Foster will be aboard for a third time. Dora coming straight in on that ball, just unable to snag it.
Yeah, tough break there for Dora. She had that ball in her glove, and just as she made contact with the ground, she couldn't keep a hold of it.
You would have loved to have faced Jordan Lynch with nobody on, 2 away. Liberty won't get that opportunity.
Yeah, I think if I'm Liberty here, I would definitely either pitch around her, maybe intentionally walk her, considering, you know, you throw anything close, she's able to do some damage with it. And then just having Foster on base, she's so fast. We saw, you know, she was on first base and they hit that ball. She hit that ball right in the gap in left center, and she was able to score from first easy. So you got to be careful.
All right, well, we have a moment. Let's check in with Annie.
Well, yeah, Matt, you mentioned the heat today at Camp Ice Field. Let me tell you, this Liberty team is staying well hydrated. Already gone through a whole jug of Powerade down here. But keep in mind, I've been told by their athletic trainer that this team is oddly fixated on Powerade. Taylor Shemp, she's the trainer. She said that they rank the Powerade that she makes every single game. She said they love purple, blue is their favorite, but that's a rare find. And every single day they rate it by the strength of the flavor and then how cloudy, how powdery the Powerade is. But she said, you know what's crazy is that even though they rank this, she said, I make it the same every single time, so my recipe never changes. I don't know where they're finding these variations, Matt. It's a mystery.
Listen, the best Powerade is the kind that you can almost chew, right? That's when you know it's strong enough. When you get kind of gritty in your teeth when you drink it, you know what I mean? You don't. The worst thing is Powerade that's not strong enough.
See, I disagree.
No?
I just need just a little dose. Just a little dose of Powerade, add water.
Well, see, that's why our grading scales would be a lot different than if we were on this team. You can see how different opinions affect the overall grade. That one misses upstairs. I just hope Annie is staying hydrated down there. She's the one dealing with this historic heat tonight. Jordan Lynch at the plate right now has done the majority of the damage. Rolls that one the other way. The second, they get the lead runner. Nicely done from Strickland to Fox as Foster is retired.
Great job here getting Jordan Lynch to chase. Macy Strickland coming up big at third base. Heads up, thinking about going to get the lead runner. Is definitely what you want if you're the Flames to be able to get.
Now Chatfield up there skies one down the line, starting back now, hustling in to make the grab his lead. As she gets to it for the third out of the inning. So again, nicely done by Gabby Mike. Able to work around a couple of base runners. Flames still trail, however, 3-0.
right, back here at Camp Ice Field, we were talking about the Powerade preferences of this team last inning. I'm here with the mind behind it all, Felicity Fonseca. She told me she came up with these rankings, and she wants to tell me what she's thinking about this cup tonight. Can you describe to me the Powerade you have tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of sugar going on, but if you miss, you want to miss with more sugar rather than less sugar. I think it's great. I would rather more sugar. Right now, we have some purple Powerade, and I think it's an 8.8 today.
Oh.
There's a lot of factors in it. There's the water versus powder ratio. How cold is the water? How much are you mixing it? You know, they say they do it the same, but it tastes a little bit different every time.
And what's the highest ranking Powerade you've ever had in your time here with Liberty softball? What's been the top?
Honestly, I think today at Liberty has been the top. The best I've ever had has been Bama, 10. Only blue can be 10. If it's not blue, it's not 10. That is the way we roll here.
Okay, good to know, Felicity. Thank you so much for keeping me up to date here.
Of course.
Yeah, so not only do we make a little history of the temperature, this is also the best Powerade we have ever had at Camp Ice Field. So, I mean, we're just rewriting everything here tonight.
Memories made.
That's right. And see, Fonzie's on my side here. You want to go more sweet than less sweet if you're going to err one way. So I'm glad we're on the same page.
To be in your young 20s again.
Yeah.
You can go with that sugar rush.
That's right. Liberty, this offense needing a little jolt here in the middle innings as they've been shut out thus far. Carrasquillo flying out to center field to begin things here in the fourth. Danny Lee up there right now with one away. Lee struck out looking her first time up. Tips that one into the mid, down to the count 0-2. Dot Richardson talking about Danny Lee, saying she loves just how much of a competitor she is. And that's something even as a young player. You know, we talked about sometimes you can be a little tentative as a young player trying to feel your way out. She has not been that this season for Liberty, but goes down swinging here for the second out.
Yeah, Danny Lee, she's really aggressive at the plate. And I think, you know, just being a freshman, you know, she swings at pitches maybe that aren't necessarily her best pitch. And I think as she comes along and starts to get a little bit more patience at the plate, she's going to only get better, because she, even with that, she's able to produce so well for the Flames.
Macy Strickland up there now. That one will reach the seats. Strickland, one of the harder hit balls here tonight. Ripped one down the third base line for a single back in the second inning. Strickland redshirted a season ago. There's so much talent on this roster last year for Liberty. Made a super regional. Soft liner to third. Lynch will take care of it. And Carrico sets down Liberty in order once again. Working on a shutout here through 4. All Hokies thus far.
Life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. Since 1974, Carter Bank has been committed to helping our community prosper, because we know that a full life well lived doesn't happen alone. Whether it's the family up the road looking to make the most of every dollar, or a local business looking for the capital and to reach the next level, we are all part of one community. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics.
CUSA Insider is the official podcast of Conference USA. Whether you're a diehard alum, a devoted CUSA fan, or a casual sports enthusiast, this podcast is designed with you in mind. We bring you exclusive interviews with athletes, coaches, and insiders, shedding light on the stories and happenings from around the league. Subscribe to CUSA Insider on Apple, Spotify, or Amazon Music, or watch the show on YouTube. CUSA Insider, the official podcast of Conference USA.
I did a Good Feet commercial about 4 years ago, and I thought maybe I should check in with you. Yeah, I'm still wearing my Good Feet arch supports. They give you the freedom to move without pain. I worry about how warm or cool to dress on trail, but I don't worry about my feet anymore. I put my arch supports in and forget about it. I'm Deidre Haven, and this is still my Good Feet story.
You too can get back out there with arch supports from the Good Feet store.
Well, 3-0 Hokies, let's take a look at how it's unfolded. Jordan Lynch has been on fire, bombs away in the top of the first, a 2-run shot for Jordan. And then the day did not end for her then. In the second, Lynch, she lines a laser to the gap. Brings Foster home for the second time that day, responsible for the Hokies' 3-0 advantage as of right now. But Bree Carrico, she's been getting her job done in the circle, keeping the Liberty batters on their toes. The sophomore, she's lighting it up right now on the rubber. And then we turn our attention to Gabby Mike. After giving up that 2-run homer, her pitches have really been working and keeping those Hokies players off balance, gathering a few strikeouts as well. So Mike remains in the circle right now. We'll take a look at our game recap presented by Carter Bank. Hokies still holding that 3-run advantage. Gonna have to make something happen in this one, Matt.
Yeah, and you know, as we head to the 5th, you credit Gabby Mike, and Annie just talked about it. She has done a really good job of keeping Liberty in this thing. Like, the offense hasn't been able to get much done, but she's allowed them to remain in this contest by throwing up a couple of scoreless frames in the 3rd and 4th, and now hopes to do the same here in the 5th.
Yeah, it's definitely been a huge outing for her. I mean, we've been talking about all day, you know, how awesome this Hokie lineup is, and to be able to contain them to 3 runs after, you know, into 5 innings, it's a pretty good day out if you're a pitcher.
It sure is. Nora Abramovich to lead things off. 2-1 the count. She's 0 for 2 so far tonight. It's the 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for Virginia Tech here in the 5th. Mike came in on her. That one well struck to left field. Lee looking up. It is gone. Abramovich with her 13th home run of the season. Second long ball of the ball game for the Hokies, and they increase their lead to 4-0.
Abramovich just being a powerhouse hitter for this team, able to go low in the zone and just golf that ball up over the left field wall. Incredible piece of hitting there.
The power has been on display tonight for Virginia Tech. It was Lynch earlier taking the home run lead for the Hokies. She got her 13th earlier. Abramovich said not so fast. She answered with her 13th here just a moment ago. So a 4-run advantage now for Virginia Tech. Kylie Aldridge swinging through the changeup.
Yeah, and your Gabby Mike here trying to recover, get ahead in the count. Look for something maybe off speed here.
Tries to catch the outside corner, no luck. Count evens up at 2-2. Aldridge at the plate now with her first inning single, extended her hitting streak to 8 games. Mike came in on her, and thankfully for her, came in enough. That one was a little more out over the plate. Yeah. And it's fair, and it is way out of here.
Yeah, that was an absolute missile.
So with that in the back of her mind, Gabby Mike comes home once again, missing upstairs. The count goes full. Aldridge had a breakout offensive campaign a year ago, has continued to take it to another level this season, and works the walk here in her 3rd plate appearance.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Her first at bat, Aldridge just having a great eye at the plate.
So she's aboard now for Zoe Yeager. That one nearly hit her. Yeager 2 for 2 tonight, couple of singles. Take a look at what Virginia Tech has done throughout the season. A 22-2 start, the best in program history, so that's impressive. equally impressive, maybe 6-0 against the SEC.
Yeah, I mean, what they're able to do right now is just 5 wins versus ranked opponents. I mean, sitting 36-6 on the season.
Yeah.
And look at this. It's not that they've had an easy record, you know. I mean, they've played some tough teams too. So it just shows you what your offense can give you. And then on the other side, their pitching is incredible too. I mean, they're just working on both ends of the game here.
Yeah, and it was interesting. Pete Demore told us, kind of candid, he was like, listen, you can hit all you want. He's like, but when it gets to regional play, you better be able to pitch it. He goes, if you have a team that can't hold people down and can't pitch it, he goes, it doesn't matter how many runs you score. Somebody else is going to score more. So you have to be able to pitch well, and it seems like they have the staff to not only have success in the ACC, which they're doing, but when it matters most in the postseason as well.
I mean, yeah, we're looking at some of the stats here from the pitchers. Kira Keogh, 100 strikeouts on the season. And then Emma Mazzarone, 125 strikeouts on the season. So, I mean, to be able to sit down batters.
That one hit a mile, but foul. I think it looked like somebody was watching Paw Patrol up there in the offices as we saw that foul ball go up that way. Was I right? Yeah, how about that?
Sing the tune. You know it.
It's been a few years. Thankfully, we are out of that stage. As the count goes full. That one up and in, and back-to-back walks now issued by Gabby Mike. And we'll see. It may be the end of the road for Mike as she's kind of starting to unravel a bit here in the 5th.
Yeah, these Liberty Flame pitchers, they've used most of a pitching staff this season. They haven't necessarily had a pitcher pitch a full game very often. So no surprise here to be able to go to pitcher number 2.
Yeah, they'll go to Danner Allen. We'll tell you a little bit more about her in just a moment. 4-0 Virginia Tech, and threatening again here in the 5th. There's a look at the new Liberty arm, Danner Allen, the sophomore, making her 18th appearance on the season.
Yeah, Danner Allen's kind of been their ace on the season. Her and Camden Anders have been kind of a duo together. She's as a lefty, she's able to take that curveball and try to swing it in at your hands. And she's got a good off speed too, so we'll see how effective she is here against the Hokies.
She was effective over the weekend against Western Kentucky. Got the start on Saturday. 3 scoreless innings in that ball game. What was a Liberty win? But inherits a little bit of a mess here with 2 aboard. Still nobody out in the 5th inning. 0-1 to Castine, misses down and in. By the way, that was Gabby Mike. She threw 114 pitches tonight. Her new, it's making me emotional just talking about it. Her new career high.
All the memories made.
That's right, man. Just chalk up another one. Change of speed. Great job staying back on that ball and hitting it into right field. The runner coming around 3rd, sliding in safely. That's Lila Blackwell, the pinch runner. And Virginia Tech adds another here in the 5th.
Just another good piece of hitting here by the Hokies. Castine able to hold her hands back, drive that ball to right field, score another run for the Hokies.
They put another run on the board. Still nobody out. As Gabby Mizell now comes to the plate. Virginia Tech with a chance to blow this one wide open here in the 5th.
Yeah, after 3 times through the lineup, you got to think they're going to start itching to get on base. And, I mean, we're seeing it here. They're adjusting, making adjustments, and starting to hit the ball hard.
By the way, we should mention in left field, Jemiah Byram has entered the ball game defensively for Liberty. So she replaces Danny Lee in left.
She can do it all. I mean, she often plays the infield too. So just if you try to work her bat in the lineup.
Yeah, really good defensive player. And Tanner Allen just could really use a strikeout right here. And the count 1-2 to Mizell. That one smoked into right field. It stays up. McManus makes the play coming in. She didn't miss that ball. But unfortunately for Mizell, she didn't miss McManus either.
Yeah, an absolute rocket to right field. Right in the glove of Bryn McManus.
So allowed first out here in the 5th inning. The 9-hole hitter Annika Rose at the plate right now. She's first pitch hacking in foul territory. Everybody chasing it, calling for it, and taking it is Ella Fox. Good hustle from the second baseman. She had a much better angle to that ball than did Brooke Roberts. And Fox took control quickly.
Yeah, Ella Fox has so much range out there at second base. She's able to climb over, you know, behind second base and then come over behind first as well. She's just able to cover such a wide ground.
So now 2 away as the lineup flips over once again. Addison Foster to lead it off. She's been aboard all 3 times here tonight. Double, walk, and a single in her first 3 plate appearances. Lays off a couple of close ones there. 2-0 the count.
Will she go for the cycle?
I mean, skies that one towards left field. Byram calls for it and takes it. So Tanner Allen leaves a couple of base runners out there, but Virginia Tech puts 2 more on the board in the 5th, including the solo shot. Nora Abramovich leaves the building for the 13th time this season. This presentation of college softball brought to you by Foster Fuels. Turn up the heat. And by Carter Bank, member FDIC. Great shot of Liberty's campus on a beautiful spring day.
Look at those blooms. That means pollen.
I was going to say, it's got the allergies working big time here this week as you take a look at the new arm for the Hokies. Freshman Avery Layton making her 15th appearance.
Yeah, Avery Layton, she can throw in the upper 60s. She's got it all. She's got the rise, she's got the drop. She can mix in a change and then throw a curve for a strike.
She'll face Paige Dorr to lead it off. 7, 8, 9 hitters for Liberty. In desperate need of a little offense. And when you talk to Pete Demore about this pitching staff, as Dorr rolls that one towards second, they're going to hurry. Tries the backhand straight from the glove flip. Did Castine, but not in time as Dorr runs well. And that's what Liberty needs. Base runners, and they get their first one aboard here in the 5th.
It's the benefits of being a quick lefty here, being able to just put that ball on the ground, speed it out, get something going here for the Flames with no outs, getting a runner on base.
Well, I got to think they're excited to see anyone other than Bree Carrico the way she was pitching here tonight. As Brooke Roberts is up there now. I was saying, Pete Demore said, in our program, we don't use the word ace. We have a group, and they all get opportunities, and it's what do you do with that opportunity? But he said we have more depth in terms of our pitching than we have had, and Avery Layton speaks to that a little bit. She's been a young player that has made the most of the chances she's gotten throughout the year.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of the way the game of softball is kind of starting to evolve, is less of aces and more of a pitching staff. And like he said, he really wants each pitcher to focus on innings and not necessarily a whole game, and just being able to pitch well at the inning that you're in. And I think that's definitely going to be the strategy moving forward for most softball teams at this level.
2-1 to Brooke Roberts, who singled her only other time up. Hit one right back up the middle. Now 3-1 the count. Liberty trying to claw their way back into this one. It only took 2 batters in this game for Liberty to trail. That one popped up. Foul territory, now twisting back near the foul line where Lynch will snag it for the first out.
It's a tough play there for Lynch to be able to get back on that ball, get your arm around on it to catch it without it popping off, because it's got a lot of spin on it. Able to snag that up. That's not easy.
That's one of those where you're going back just praying you hear somebody call you off, whether it's the left fielder coming in or the shortstop coming over with a better angle. Help never came, and Lynch made the play anyway.
I know you just keep envisioning the ball hitting your glove and spinning off because it's got so much spin on it.
See, that's not positive self-talk.
That's the talk I would have. I'm like, oh no, not today.
One out now for the 9-hole hitter, Savannah Watley. Her at bat back in the second was a big one. Liberty had 2 runners on. Really one of the only times they've threatened in this ballgame. Only time they've had a runner in scoring position. 2 on, 2 out, and she ended up going down on a cold third strike that she and Dot Richardson did not exactly agree with. Down in the count here, 1-2.
Yeah, the bottom of this Liberty order has really been able to get on base and get something going.
1-2, slaps it the other way. It'll hang up there for Abramovich for a second out. So after getting the leadoff base runner on and Dorr, she's still standing there a couple batters later.
Ella Fox, her last 2 at bat, she's hit it right to the second baseman. I'll be interested to see if maybe they keep throwing her in, or where she goes next.
Takes a look at strike 1. Fox, a transfer from North Carolina. I think it's been everything and more that Dot Richardson hoped she was getting. Able to plug her right in at the top of the lineup. Has played a really steady second base. And she bounces that one to her counterpart. Castina underhands the first. And after the leadoff single, the Flames leave her stranded. We head to the 6th inning. Virginia Tech in control here late.
Virginia Tech Hokies with a sizable lead as we enter the top of the 6th here at Camp Ice Field. Any head coach in D1 softball will tell you that the mental side of the game, it's a critical piece to the puzzle. So in knowing that, Hokies head coach Pete Demore, he brought in Jason Kuhn to help out with this side of the game. Jason Kuhn, a former Navy SEAL, a current performance coach for some of the top programs all around the nation. So what he does with them, he's been working with them for 2 seasons now. Part of it is physical boot camps that he puts them through to start out the year. I asked Hokies pitcher Cassie Grizzard what these boot camps consist of. She said, we sing the national anthem while we're in a plank. We push tires across the field. We sprint while we're holding weights over our heads. We push wooden planks over our heads. All of the above, they're doing it all. But then she also said we meet with him probably about twice a week to talk about our mental toughness, that side of the game. She said some of the most critical things I've learned from him is how to be hard to kill when I'm on the field. She said he's truly taught us how to apply that next pitch mindset. And she said it's been showing in our series as of late. Take a look back to that Clemson series. They dropped the first one, won the second 2. Same thing with the UVA series this past weekend. Pete Demore, he said, I've seen that resilience the past couple of weeks. We're making comebacks in high pressure conference moments that I really think are going to help us down the stretch here, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, that mental toughness, that resilience, is that one run down, nicely done by Strickland from her third base position to retire Lynch. But those are all those kind of things that you don't see in the box score, you don't see it, on the stat page. But those are the kind of things that make good teams great teams, and Virginia Tech seems to be in that category, at least to this point in the season.
And that is what makes a team great, is being able to go down, lose a game, and come back and respond well the next 2 games. And, to be able to just get over that mental block, I think is just so beneficial, especially in a game like, Matt, like a game like baseball, softball. Right. You can get in your head so easily, and it takes a while to break out of it. So to be able to break out of it, to have somebody, a resource like that, to be able to talk you out of it, it's great.
Such a mental game, because you have such long breaks in between opportunities. You have a bad at bat. You've got to think about that at bat for 30, 40 minutes maybe before you get another chance to redeem yourself.
Yeah, and your bats go so quickly.
Now a roll to third. Strickland, nicely done for a second out. She's flashing the leather over there at third base.
Yeah, Macy Strickland, just a force over there at third base. Look at the range. She's basically at shortstop for that ball. She's got a quick throw.
So Tanner Allen quickly retires the first 2 hitters she faces here in the 6th inning. Brings up Nora Abramovich. She homered her last time up and hits that one sharply to left, but right at Byram. And Allen sets down the Hokies 1-2-3. So she does her job. We'll see if the bats can get going for the Flames.
Life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. Since 1974, Carter Bank has been committed to helping our community prosper because we know that a full life well lived doesn't happen alone. Whether it's the family up the road looking to make the most of every dollar or a local business looking for the capital and guidance to reach the next level, we are all part of one community. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics.
This is not a truck. This is what keeps your company running. This is a connection to our community. This is a trailblazer to go further than we've ever gone before. This is reliability when disaster strikes. This is who keeps us moving. This is not a truck. This is how we fuel the way forward. This is Foster Fuels.
Being able to maintain your lifestyle in retirement is a serious challenge for many Americans. The goal is for you to spend with confidence and enjoy all the work you've put in. At Abish Financial Services, we shine a light on areas of concern while helping you make important retirement decisions so you can retire with dignity and confidence. For a limited time, we're offering our complimentary retirement plan for those with investable assets of $500,000 or more. Scan the QR code to set up your appointment today.
Bottom of the 6th, Virginia Tech leading 5-0. Liberty bats been held in check so far tonight. There's Charlotte's Web there. We've got all kinds of stuff happening here tonight.
No spider, though.
That's true. We're missing the spider. It's the part of the order Liberty wants up there if they're going to get something going. 2, 3, 4 hitters here in the 6th. McManus to lead it off takes a strike from Avery Layton, who's back out for a 2nd inning of work.
Yeah, Avery Layton can really hum it. Last pitch coming in at 65 miles per hour.
The freshman out of Rossville, Indiana. They have these fun little kind of notes on each player, and in their game notes, something just interesting about them. And there, she said if she could eat at one place for the rest of her life, it would be Culver's. So she has great taste above all else, to the fact that she's a great pitcher. You eaten at Culver's?
I've not.
Come on.
Where is Culver's?
It's more of a northern thing. I think it's like Wisconsin is kind of where they're out of. I think it's a lot of like burgers, frozen custard. You get cheese curds, fried cheese curds there. This is all right up your alley as you brought your own healthy meal to the game tonight.
Near the low sugar on the Powerade.
To a pitch off the end of the bat, hit out to short. Rose handles it and throws out McManus for the first out here in the 6th. The pitchers for Virginia Tech able to keep. McManus had the single in the 1st inning, but other than that, her, Jesse Carrasquillo, even going into Danny Lee, they have kept that middle of the order, the heart of this Liberty order, in check here tonight.
Yeah, and a lot of it is too is their defense is also working well.
Yeah. So Savannah Jesse up there right now. Mentioned Layton being from Indiana, but there are a number of Virginia girls on this Virginia Tech squad, and that's been a big point of emphasis for Pete DeMore and what he's building here, getting Virginia kids to stay home and play for the Hokies. So that one rolled out to second base. Castine handles flawlessly.
Yeah, when we asked Coach DeMore, what are you looking for when you have recruits? And he said, I really love an athlete that can come in here and say, I've wanted to be a Hokie my whole life. And this just easily can just settle into the program. He's like, of course I want talent. But, to be able to recruit a Virginia recruit, to have their parents, to buy into the program and come to the games, That's just something that's just an added bonus if they're talented.
Yeah, and with as much success as they have had here lately, that one will reach the seats. It's not that a kid feels like, well, I could stay home and play for you, but I won't be able to achieve what I want to achieve. Not only if you're a Virginia kid, same goes with Liberty now. You can stay home and you can also play at the very highest level and have a chance to go deep into the postseason. Carrasquillo pops it up. Castine, a couple steps back, takes care of it, and that'll take care of the Flames in the 6th. We head to the 7th inning. Virginia Tech leading 5-0. The street lights coming on around campus as sun starts to go down here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Great crowd on hand, as there usually is when these two get together. Folks in red and blue haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here so far tonight. It's been all Virginia Tech.
Yeah, that's the cool part about having, you know, two Virginia teams playing each other is you get a good crowd.
Top of the 7th. It's going to be Lila Blackwell hitting for Kylie Aldridge. Blackwell's first at bat of the night. It's that one on a hop out to short, and she will beat it out. So the speed of Blackwell gets her aboard to begin things here in the 7th. Just her second hit of the season.
Yeah, great piece of hitting there by Blackwood. You know, good stretch there by Brooke Roberts trying to get it, but the speed just couldn't beat the speed.
You talk about speed doesn't slump, right? That's a consistent. Saw a little bit of that there. So she's aboard here with nobody out for Zoe Yeager, and Liberty is yet to retire the Hokie catcher so far tonight. Couple of singles, also a walk. Yeager, all ACC third team a year ago, as that one gets away from Savannah Jesse and will allow Blackwell to advance to second base. Hokies looking for a little insurance here in the top of the 7th. Yeager, green light there, 3-0. Had a pretty good swing. Well, this Hokies squad, after tonight, they have a great opportunity. They return home for 7 straight. So you're coming down the back stretch of the season. You have a 7-game homestand. Not that they're not playing well right now, but you can really get on a roll here moving forward.
Another thing too is, you know, Coach DeMoore really wanted their team, especially this part of the season, to rest and recover. And by being at home for that long of a stretch, they can really take some days off and get in the training room and get their, recovery needs met.
Yeah, that's a great point. He did mention that something he really wants to hone in on here this time of year. He gave him Monday off, very light practice yesterday in preparation for this one. They've done a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of what they've done with their schedule already at this point. As Yeager is aboard again in a second walk drawn by the junior.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Go, Rachel!
I love the enthusiasm.
Absolutely.
There.
This Hokie fan base loving what they're seeing so far tonight. A little conference in the circle. Danner Allen running into a little trouble here in the 7th inning. She's been pretty good coming out of the pen. First 2 frames.
Something I've been thinking about too is you think about Mazzarone and Carrico. Are they so effective because their offense? Is the pitcher more effective in the circle when you know that your team's going to score runs?
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of has to work both ways, doesn't it? Like, as a pitcher, my offense is going to help me out. I can just go right after hitters. I don't have to be too cute out there. And at the same time, when you're at the plate and listen, our pitchers are going to keep us in the ball game. It allows you to play free and not to put too much pressure on yourself when you do have a run scoring opportunity.
Yeah, and you're able to take more chances.
Yeah.
Maybe throw some pitches in situations normally wouldn't.
That ball hit a mile straight up. Byram calls for it in left field. As he overran it, it hits the deck to throw to third. Not in time, not handled by Strickland, and everybody will be safe. So Byram, who came into the ball game in left field a couple innings ago, just simply overran that ball.
Yeah, Castine getting just up under that ball. Byram looks like she loses it in the lights, maybe. Dorr tries to recover. Just not able to get the ball over there in time. Taking the glove off Macy Strickland's hand in that slide.
So now they're all loaded up. Big swing, no contact for Gabby Mazzell. That was ruled a single, by the way, for Castine. He came in talking about Virginia Tech looking to add a little insurance. They can do a whole lot more than that with a base knock here.
Yeah, we're looking at number 8 in the lineup here. I mean, we got the 9-1-2-3.
Mazzell drives it to center field. Dorr going back, still going back. It's off the flagpole in center field. A grand slam for Gabby Mazzell. She clears them all. How did that pop out of the 8-hole?
Yeah, look at that power. Oppo, baby. Just got every single bit of that ball. Still going.
The 6th home run of the season for Mazzell. And this one has been broken wide open here in the 7th.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go here in this Hokie lineup. When you got the power like that coming from your 8-hole hitter, it's crazy how good they are.
A walk, a defensive miscue in left field. And they make a couple of mistakes against an offense as good as this Virginia Tech squad. And they are going to make you pay. Nine runs on 11 hits. And 3 home runs in this ballgame.
Yeah, that's the thing about this lineup, you know, where one maybe doesn't score or get a hit, the one right behind it will.
That one was a soft liner out to second base. Rose retired for the first out here in the 7th. Well, if you're Liberty, you have to find a way to shake this off. And for the most part this season, we mentioned their struggles in the midweek. Their struggles against top 25 teams are now going to be 0-9, barring a miraculous bottom of the 7th. To their credit, they've been able to kind of compartmentalize that and play much better once they get into CUSA play. So they'll have the opportunity to do that again here this weekend as they hit the road. Liberty at FIU for 3. So maybe it's good they're getting used to the warm weather before they head to Miami.
Yeah, and if you're Liberty too, what really matters is, you know, Conference USA tournament at this point. You know, making sure that you can win Conference USA tournament, you get a bid to regionals. And the thing for them is they're like we had talked about all day, their bats are just not consistent throughout the lineup yet. And once they can start getting everybody together at the same time, they're definitely going to be a hard team to beat.
Yeah, and in talking with Liberty SID Joe Carmody earlier about the format in the postseason Conference USA, there is great advantage to being, there's always an advantage to being the first or second seed typically in the seed you play, but you essentially skip a round of play if you're one of the top 2 seeds. You play one less game, and so a big advantage if Liberty's able to remain in that 2 seed. As a throw across, not in time. Watley had a little bit of a hard time getting that one out of her glove, and Addison Foster beats it out. Although Dow Richardson is going to emerge from the dugout and say, you know what, we haven't had a review yet tonight. Now it would be a good time.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking that this would have been a close call here. From my first point, I thought maybe she was safe, but now I'm looking.
Oh, you're leaning the other way now. See, I saw that and I thought maybe she did beat it out.
Yeah, she did. It definitely looks safe in that, coming back at it.
So we will get our first review of the night. It comes here in a 9-0 ball game in the 7th. Addison Foster saying, I'm not gonna take away a base hit. It doesn't matter what the score is. Hard part from that angle is you don't see exactly when it enters the glove.
Yeah, I think from that angle you're not going to have enough evidence to overturn it.
This one might give us a better look. Let's see.
She looks there to me.
Yeah, I think she's safe.
It's close though. Look at that stretch by Roberts right there.
That hurts. That hurts just looking at that.
That is crazy.
If it is a base knock, it'll be the 3rd of the ball game for Addison Foster. As the crew has emerged. Wayne Griffin with the call. There you go. So Foster is aboard with her 3rd base hit. 4th time she's reached base here tonight.
That changes everything.
And so Jordan Lynch is at the plate. She started all this way back in the 1st inning with a 2-run shot. First pitch, Hacken here, pops it up, foul territory. Strickland makes the play for the 2nd out. That is the 2nd time in a row now Lynch has popped out to the 3rd baseman in foul territory.
Yeah, that's a nice job there by Allen. It's something she can build on going into this weekend, knowing that she was able to get one of these hard outs here out by for the Hokies.
So Michelle Chatfield up now, one of just 2 Hokie hitters that doesn't have a base knock in this ballgame. Chance to change that here.
Thank you.
She's an aerospace engineering major. So you two had that in common.
Yes. That's exactly what I was with a major in.
Off speed, misses 3-0 the count. You do think about, like, you know, playing Division I athletics, it is like a full-time job. And then some of these majors you throw on top of it, you have to be awfully dialed in to succeed at all of it.
Yeah, especially if you're an engineering major or even like a sciences major, nursing, pre-med, biology, because there's so many labs and outside things outside of the classroom that you have to keep attending to, and then you have all your other responsibilities, practices, games, meetings.
Chatfield, according to Pete Demore, handles it all without a problem. That one straight back, we'll do it again. I think that's one thing people don't realize maybe on the outside is the time beyond the game and what is your, you know, 2-hour practice or whatever. You go into the facilities at any time throughout the day, you're going to see these players there. That one skied out to Byram and left. She'll catch this one to retire the side in 7th. But a 4-spot for the Hokies as they have pushed their lead at 9-0. The grand slam for Gabby Mizell. And Virginia Tech is 3 outs away from a win. Do you believe in miracles? Well, I might take one here for Liberty. 3 outs to go, trailing 9-0. Offense has had a hard time getting on track tonight.
6 come from behind wins so far this season.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There's a chance. 20 come from behind wins last season.
I think if you're Dot Richardson right now is Alexia Karaskia, or excuse me, that's Byram to lead things off in the 5-hole, hitting for Danny Lee. I think if you're Dot Richardson, you just want to see him compete, right? Like you're not, 9-run deficit, whatever. You just want to see good at bats and fighting till that final out, and you will be pleased to see that kind of competitiveness. You hope here in the last inning.
Yeah, something to just like a spark to come alive.
3 pitches, Byram goes down swinging. So Avery Layton continues to throw well for Virginia Tech.
Yeah, Avery Layton just dialed in right there.
Macy Strickland up there as one of the 4 Liberty hits tonight. That came all the way back in the 2nd inning. That was the inning where Liberty had 2 singles, the only inning where they had more than 1 hit. The other impressive thing about what Virginia Tech pitchers have done tonight, they have not walked a single hitter. So they're filling up the strike zone. They're forcing Liberty to swing the bats. They're aggressive, and it has paid off.
Let's say on both sides of the ball, they're so disciplined. Like, they're not going to swing in the batter's box. They're not going to you're not going to swing. They're only going to swing at strikes.
Right.
And then, yeah, I mean, not to give away free bases. I mean, walks, basically, it's a free base.
Here we go, Avery! Here we go, Avery!
Yeah, Virginia Tech has worked 6 walks offensively. Haven't walked anyone in the circle. Told you they've held hitters to a 197 average on the season, and that mark will improve after tonight. 1-2 pitch on the way to Strickland. And we'll do it again. The Hokies have won the last 8 meetings between these two programs. You may remember last year, right here in Lynchburg, it was Virginia Tech's Emma Lemley who threw a no-hitter in a 9-0 win. Score right now, the same as it was a season ago. 2-2 pitch on the way from Layton. And the count goes full, so a good at bat here from the redshirt freshman as she continues to battle here in the 7th. That hit sharply, but will hang up for the left fielder, and there's 2 away.
There's been some hard hit balls here today that just have gone right to these Hokie players. They can find spots, find the gap, give a little hope.
Last hope here, Paige Dorr. She had an infield single her last time up. Check swing roller to third, and that will do it for Liberty. Virginia Tech shuts them out here in Lynchburg. 9-0 the final, as the Flames held to just 4 hits in the ballgame. An impressive showing by the 10th-ranked Hokies, one of the better teams in the nation. They look like it here tonight.
I mean, yeah, on both sides of the ball, like we just talked about, so disciplined. Discipline at the plate. Jordan Lynch just crushing the ball tonight, all throughout the lineup. And then their pitching staff just coming in and just shutting everything down.
All right, we'll step aside. When we come back, we'll talk to one of the stars of the evening as the Hokies run away with a big win here in Lynchburg. back in Lynchburg as the teams take part in a post-game prayer. Jenny, you mentioned it. This is a Virginia Tech squad right at the start of the ball game. You said they are an offensive juggernaut. We got to see that here tonight on full display as they wasted no time jumping on top of Liberty in the early innings. And, the one that lit the fuse on this explosive offensive performance, Jordan Lynch, the 2-run home run in the first. Yeah, Virginia Tech on top. They would never surrender that lead. And Annie Corey is standing by with Jordan Lynch on the field right now.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Jordan, a homer today, a double as well. Your batting average is insane right now. Top in last year, which was an amazing freshman season. Tell me, what kind of approach have you been trying to have this season at the plate? Has it shifted at all from year one for you?
I just really focus on believing in myself and just going up there and having fun, releasing the pressure off myself. I'm also being more selective with the pitches I swing at, and sometimes I get a little out of my zone, and that's when I get myself out. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
And I know this team focuses so much on mental toughness. You guys work with Jason Kuhn on it a lot. How do you think your team's mental toughness separates you from the pack?
Yeah, we just go into every game with a opening day mindset, and we just wipe the slate clean every single game, and that's what really helps us keep focused on what's in front of us, not what's in the past, not what's in front of us or in the future. All right.
Now tell me, I know your mom played 4 years of college softball at Troy. Your dad played with the Pirates organization. How much did they teach you about softball growing up? Was it completely driven by them?
Yeah, they just instilled it in me that my dad used to tell me all the time, you're born for this, and I still say that in my head to myself. And they just believed in me no matter what, and that has helped me so much. And I just have learned so much from them, and I just keep that with me as I get older.
I love that. You're born for this. Thank you so much for the time, Jordan. Congrats on the win.
Thank you so much.
Matt.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. She sure looked like she was born for it the way that she swung the bat here tonight, as Virginia Tech wins in dominating fashion 9-0, as they'll get back into conference play here this weekend. Liberty will do the same as the Flames head to FIU as they look to get back on track in CUSA play. So that'll about do it for us here from Lynchburg. For analyst Jenny Simonina, for reporter Annie Corey, I'm Matt Warner saying so long, where once again the final score 9-0 Virginia Tech over Liberty. Remember, all games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.